I'm using the camera to kind of just make sure my hair doesn't look that much of a mess. I think it's as bad as it's going to be anyways. Okay then, let's do the regular. How many things are there? 15. Oh, I did get a number. I need to refresh. I need to get that tab open. Ooh, what a weekend. What a very busy weekend I've had. So I need to go to edit. I need that open, that's fine. Let's get that one there. Hello Griffin, hello TNFN. Good to see you. Bear with me just 1 minute. I'm getting all the pre-stream stuff done straight away. I can't really do this on normal stream time, so I'm starting a few minutes earlier, which is why I haven't done the ping yet. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'll answer that properly in a few minutes. So that's there. That one's on. That one there. The perks of early rising. Oh yeah, Seth, you're on the other side of the world. Yeah, if you want to come back later, you can do. That's absolutely fine. Let's do another refresh there. Make sure that's all correct. That's all good. I can get rid of that one. And now, time to do the Discord ping. Right, one. Live now. Here we go again. I've got the stream up as well so I can look at the chat. Our chat is there. Stream is lagging on my PC. Come on, you daft thing. That is not a pleasant view. Come on, you can do it. Okay, just waiting for some technical difficulties to go back. There we go. Right up to date. That's excellent. All right, time to do the ping. We have 193 people in the server, still on the edge of 200. Yeah. Oh, hello everyone. How are we doing? Hello, hello. Good evening. It's evening for me, 8 p.m. as usual. So once again, Griffin the Red Engine, hello, good to see you. TFN1, hello, good to see you as well. Seth Brick, good to see you got up early. Josh, my main man, good to see you here. Hello, how you doing? So it is the evening of Sunday, 29th of May, and I have gotten home and I'm officially all done with my latest LEGO show, which was Brick Express 2022 at Avon Valley Railway. Oh, what a weekend. What an exciting weekend. It's been really, really good to kind of get the layout again. 3 for you. 3 in the afternoon, I'm assuming, right? Because if it's 3 a.m., then that's a problem. But anyway, yes, so this stream is going to be mainly just a bit of a recap of what happened during the weekend. A notice on what videos are going to be on the way because of this show. I was able to get a few things recorded for the channel, which is quite excellent. I have a model I want to show you later on. I may as well do that because it's something else to talk about. And after which we will go from there. So let me just load up my upload schedule. Make sure that we got that loaded, because once that's loaded in, here we got a bit more light, which is as useful as ever. Oh, that reminds me, I need to do this thing. So I need to add my point system. Attending this thing. Just a 4. There we go. Ah, excellent. I'm basically there. Yeah, that's easy. Okay, sorry, ignore that. That's just some personal things to organize. Right, so I've got my list of videos that will be coming out because of this. That's really cool. And oh yes, so now that we have started the stream, oh okay. Yes, now that we started the stream, I need to make sure I get to these weekly notifications done straight away. So where are they? Down here. So naturally, remember to take part in the community challenge. The community challenge for this month has officially been sorted. All of the entries for this month have been put in. The message permission for the community challenge tab on the Discord server has now been turned off. So if you haven't entered your model, I'm afraid you are now too late, which is a bit of a shame, but I did set a what's the word? Like a time limit. There was an ending time to be able to get your models in. And I think to accommodate all time zones, it was supposed to be midday today, or at least midday UK time. And I left that a little bit late because obviously I was at a show. I couldn't really change that permission whilst I was out. But all the same, I have now made it so. And yeah, so on the 1st of June, you will see the TLR. What did I title it? I need to remember how it works. So the video title will be called TLR Community Challenge, and it will showcase in the title the month and the year. So this case will be May 2022, and the theme for that month as well. So of course that was Extended Express. So if you remember anybody who took part in the previous community challenges, you will know what this video is going to be like. And it was very interesting to see how many people took part. We had one person rather submit 2 models for entry, which was quite interesting because we did have a number of repeating submissions from members in the past, as well as them showing up for month after month, as well as them entering more than one model per month, which is totally permitted, which is a very fun thing and encouraging thing to do. But yes, the fact that we got as many as we did for this first return month is actually really exciting. It's how many is it technically in total? I need to count this. So we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and technically 9. So 8 proper entries and 1 honorable mention. The honorable mention being the micro builds. Needless to say, going forward for any models entering the community challenge, they of course have to fit the normal tracks. The Lego Railway series, hello, good to see you, glad to see you made it. Just in time, the stream's only just started, so you haven't missed anything. So yeah, the community challenge stuff is kicking off really well. I'm very happy to see that it is doing as well as it has already on the return. I was still a bit hesitant to see how things would go with the community challenge, but seeing as it's more challenge focused, we're still got a long way to go. So yeah, that is that. We also need to go back, scroll all the way back down. Next is, of course, to follow me on Instagram and Flickr. So I have, let me grab the thing, one sec. This is prime advertisement whilst I was at the show. So past shows I've done where I've been displaying, I've had this made. Do we do it this side? Yeah, there we go. So it's just a quick foam board, slightly decorated, subscribe to me on YouTube sort of thing. And a few people asked me if I had Instagram as well. So I've got a few new YouTube subscribers, a few new Instagram followers, which is very interesting. I am still posting very regularly on Instagram as well. So once I've got video stuff sorted out for YouTube, I'm going to take some clips and put them on Instagram as well, which was from the weekend show that I just did. So it's going to be more a sneak peek, like raw footage sort of thing maybe. And yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to try and get some of that stuff onto Flickr as well. So that's very interesting. And of course, before we carry on, another mention for the TLR Awards. So the TLR Awards officially begin this Friday. So the 3rd, I believe it is. Yes, the 3rd of June is the official day where you can begin to submit your models for the TLR Awards. And the awards itself is open for 4 weeks. So 3rd of June, again, is when it starts. But the 1st of July is when, or that is the last day you can get your models in. So I think it was the previous stream I did last week after so last week's live stream, I basically discussed the TLR Awards and everything there is to go about it. I've also made a dedicated announcement video covering all the details there as well, but I recommend you watch both the announcement video and the stream just to get an idea of how everything is going to work for the TLR Awards. It's a proper competition with actual prizes to win, and it is very exciting. It's going to be a very interesting experience too. So I can carry on with there. And now let's get on with what's happened at Brick Express. So Yes, you're gonna try and finish your A4 for the TLR Awards. That would be very Spencer, I guess you mean, because that looks pretty much finished at this point. I've seen some like again, you've posted some pictures on Discord going back and forth with a few extra details, but the fact that you're saying that it isn't quite finished yet is actually quite yeah, that's actually quite funny. Oh yeah, another thing, I came a bit prepared this time. A flask of water. I'm not going to hiccup during this, or burp rather, during the stream once. Or at least I hope not. Mm-mm. Wow. It was nice and warm yesterday, very sunny. Much cooler today, which was quite nice because obviously no sweatiness, which is very cool. So yeah, Brick Express. It was a very fun show. It took place at Avon Valley Railway Station, and it was a 2-day event. And it's basically marks 1 year of me doing Lego shows because Brick Express last year was the very first Lego show I did where I was displaying Lego stuff, and kind of coming around, I suppose, like full circle. I suppose if you want to be a bit cheesy with it, it was like an anniversary for me because again, it was really cool, and because it was based at a railway, having a Lego train layout is like the perfect place for it. I was definitely a favorite for a great many people who came to see the show, and there was there was definitely earlier today as well for the last 2 hours of the show, like between 3 o'clock and well, not until 5 o'clock because we got to the last half an hour and there was very obviously like very little people left. But there was a woman and her kid who was only a few years old, but they kept coming back into our marquee, and I had a chair up against one of the walls, and this kid kept going on the chair just to get a good view of the trains going around the layout, and I thought that was really sweet because obviously to this one kid, I'm the favorite show. I'm the favorite display at this show here, so that was cool. I was able to get some footage of my latest locomotive running. You will see a video of that on YouTube as well as potentially on Flickr. I'm definitely going to get some footage on that for Instagram too. It's oh, pardon me. I've just been done dirty by water. That was a burp. Great. This is a duck. Hello, good to see you. Glad you made it to the stream. Yes. So carrying on. Yes. New Lego train was I was able to make a slight modification to the new engine as well. So without giving away too much, and to those of you who are in my Discord server, you probably know which one I'm on about. So Seth, just to get back to your question in just a moment. So the engine that I brought with me, it was the extended coronation basically, and I thought I had everything pretty much sorted. I gave it a few final checks, got it, brought it with me to the show. I did a test run early on, and the training wheels under the cab kept kind of jumping up a bit. It wasn't so much to do with uneven track because after the modification to make it work properly, it worked perfectly fine. At the same time, there was this weird issue where, well, it wasn't so much a weird issue because I've had this issue before, where the connecting point from the wheels to the tender, because it's all being pushed anyways, these trailing wheels kind of lifted up and kind of went sideways and caused the derailments. So after a slight modification by using a Technic T bar instead of a normal kind of singular Technic bar piece, I was able to get it fixed in time for proper running on Sunday. Well, today I should say. And yeah, I was able to get some footage of my latest creation actually running on the track. So, and because it was on like the proper layout too, it's some prime footage. So that was very exciting. Carrying on to Brick Express in just a moment. So Seth says about the TLR Awards. If we enter a digital model, let's say a piece of rolling stock, if most of the build is snot work, do we need to do a render of the interior or not? That is your choice. I would probably, well, yeah, if anything, I would probably say that's down to you. But you can enter up to 5 pictures of your model per entry. So if you want one of those 5 pictures to be of the interior construction, that is down to you. If you get like 3 good pictures of the model at different angles, then that's fine. And in turn, you got 1 or 2 left over. You can use that opportunity to kind of use an interior render as one of those 5 pictures. So you could if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't say it's necessary. But again, I can't make that call for you. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, then let me turn that off real quick. Back to this. Okay, what else happened? Oh, let's actually go in the folder. So I got some. looking at my computer screen, I got a folder of all of the footage and some of the pictures I was able to take from the show this weekend. I was able to get my LNERP2 running as well. I made that 2.5 years ago, and it's only this weekend, after one slight, like very minor final modification to the pilot wheels on the P2, it's now running properly. So I've got footage of it running at good speed, and I'm so happy with it now. It looks brilliant. Oh no, there we go. There's another burp again. I've been done dirty. I thought I was drinking some good holy water. Evidently not. There was some good, lots of good displays there at the show too. But the sad thing is, there was very few opportunities for me to actually go around and look at the other displays. There was one next to me which was a monorail, so I was able to get some footage of that. As well, I posted this on my Discord server and on my Instagram too. The guy who brought the monorail also brought some car mocks that were featured in Wacky Races. Now, I think I'm the last sort of age group to know what Wacky Races is. It's a very funky cartoon. I think it only had less than 10 episodes. It had something shocking where, like, genuinely, it was a very few number of episodes. But the cars I instantly recognized, and I want to make my own versions because these look so good. So yeah, seeing those, that was really fun. There was a few other train related displays there too. I was able to meet a fellow LUKR member at the show as well this weekend, which was very exciting. This was his very first show displaying, so I was able to kind of ease him into displaying at the show. He only stayed for yesterday; he didn't stay for the full weekend, which is fair enough because obviously, I think jumping into a 2-day show as your first show is kind of brave. Having said that, my first show, which was Brick Express last year, was a 2-day show, so look at it your own way, I suppose. But yeah, it was very cool to see him in person. There was another railway related model, which was a station. This has a lot going on for it, and I think I'll just, I won't say too much here because I do have the video of it, so I'll just leave it there. Yes, it was Kumata. It was that guy. I was able to well, I'm not gonna be able to show this, so yeah, because I was on my screen, obviously the tech issues. But yeah, it was nice to see him. I took a picture with him. I'm glad he was okay for me to take a picture with him because he does have a bit of social anxiety, which also explains why he only stayed for 1 day. But at the same time, he's a really lovely guy. And I also got some pictures of my Thomas characters next to his Thomas characters. It's seeing them online is one thing, but to be able to witness the actual models in person is brilliant. His Toby model is thick. Good lord. But that's a good thing though. So I can get rid of that one. That's not necessary. Yeah. So all in all, it was a very good show. There's plenty of footage to go through, and I think I'll just leave the rest of it for the videos that are coming out in the coming days. So I don't think, if I just double check on YouTube, I don't think I did upload any videos between last week's stream and this stream, which is a bit sad. And that seems to be the case for a few weeks prior to. That's okay because I do still have stuff kind of on the way. But this was okay. This is gonna be interesting too because this is something else to talk about, and this is a very, very debatable thing to kind of go over. So to those of you who are watching the stream right now, first of all, hello, good to see that you're still here. Hello, how are you doing? Secondly, I need your opinions on something. Oh, Jack Taylor, hello. I'll tell you what, I'll answer your question now, given the timing. Hey, Luke, if you're up for it, I've got a few Nerf questions on one you don't own but probably know about. Thoughts on the Dart Tag Snapfire 8, a non-battery powered 8-shot Springer revolver. Is that an old one? Or let's have a look. I can't picture what that looks like, so let's have a quick look. It is... Oh, it is the one I'm thinking of. There was a 10-dart version of this that was battery powered. Yeah, okay. If just to simply answer that question, I wouldn't touch this. I would buy the 10-dart version that was battery powered. That was full auto as well. Oh, that was so good. I never owned one of them, but I did fire it because a friend of mine had one, and it was a very fun blaster to have. Speed Swarm 10, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so my thoughts on it. If you have to run springers, sure, that's not bad because 8 darts is 8 darts. But for 2 darts more and for full auto firing, just get the Speed Swarm. That's good stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask you to hold off on Nerf questions for just a moment. I want to get this bit out of the way, and or even if you want to if you want to get a few Nerf questions ready in the chat, that's perfectly fine. But I don't want to have to chop and change as I ask for some advice here. So this is something that might change how my layout is set up because me and my dad were the only people who set up my display, which meant organizing the tables into the right position, getting the tablecloths onto the tables, and of course setting up the layout into the way that it was. It took between 35 and 40 minutes. And when I was setting up on Saturday morning, it was perfectly fine because I got there very early, like just before 8 o'clock, which was 2 hours before the show opened. And by the time I finished, it was about 8:30. So it did take a good 40 minutes. Given the size of my display, it doesn't look like it would take 40 minutes, but it did. And when it came to the end of today at 5 o'clock when the show finished, again, Dad came along and he helped me take down the display. And again, getting everything all put away, all the tables, all the cloths, and of course, crushing down, well, not crushing down, but obviously taking apart the modular sections of the layouts to get it back in the boxes. That took 35 minutes. To save myself a bit of time, I didn't bubble wrap all the trains for its own box like I normally would. I thought, okay, I'll just bung them in the box to save myself a bit of time. So this is the thing I'm going back and forth on because I'm very tempted to try and find some new boxes to hold my layout in, but specifically in the case that I can have modules pre-built and I won't have to worry about disassembling them and reassembling them for the sakes of storage and display. So simply put, what do you think? Do you think this would be a good idea, bearing in mind that I only do a few shows a year? But if I ever wanted to take something out of the box and play with at home, it would ultimately save time for me to kind of get it out. But in a home setting, it's not exactly something I need to rush around to do. But it still probably would be a wise idea in the long run for when it comes to shows, especially for a show that I'm doing in November this year. This is a proper big Lego show. And this one in particular means I can get the full shebang layout on display. That's 10 tables worth. That is a massive 23-foot by 12-foot layout. So thinking about how long it took to set up and take down today, I think just for the sake of that big show at the end of the year in November, it might be worth rebuilding the layouts in a way where I could just have segments of the layout just built up on base plate still. I don't have to take structures off the base plate to kind of wrap it up and whatever else. Even though it's very compact, it's all kept in about 12 or so boxes. It's, again, brilliant for what it is, but I don't like, this is a thing as well because what was it? I think it was just both of them, like the bridge and the small display station, the one with the small bridge. There's 8 rectangular base plates all set up in a, like, half of them were lengthways and half of them were that way, and just seeing that much space taken up already, it was actually quite depressing. It's like, oh my god, there's, I don't know, I wasn't fond of it after finally learning how long it takes to set that particular layout size up. It was kind of embarrassing, really, because again, by the time by the time everyone else had kind of finished and gone, there were still a few people there to obviously put away tables and so forth, but I was the last display to be packed up. It was still a problem. I don't think self-conscious is the right word. I think that's a bit of a strong word to use here, but I was very much aware of how the layout was built. So I'm probably gonna have to think about it in the future. Probably not straight away because I've got things to do, obviously with videos to record and other things going on in life right now. But yes, it's definitely worth kind of keeping that in mind, I suppose. It's a bit of a shame that that it happened the way it happened. And again, that moment of realization, it was definitely something to take in. Ugh. Okay, Seth says, I think that could work, but depending on how pricey the new containers are and how long it takes for them to arrive, if you're getting ready for a show and only half the stuff is properly stored, that could be a problem. Yes, this is, well, first of all, when it comes to buying boxes, I would never buy online. I want to be able to know that the box I'm using is the right size straight away in store. So there's a number of places I could go in order to get that. But I think if I was going to get the right kind of size box, it might have to be online only. But this is another thing too, because when I started building my layouts in January of 2021, I was using some off-brand base plates, and I can still use some of them now, but most of my layout has been transferred over to official Lego made 32 by 32 base plates. In front of me. But oh, there we go again. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, yeah, so the layout I had with me, which is basically the small layouts, again, big bridge and the kind of display station with the small kind of road bridge, all the corners as well, they are 99% off-brand base plates. And that got recognized by one of the lug members today. In particular, one of the committee members. It was kind of a one-off comment, and I did explain to her, yeah, you know, I made this before I joined the lug, so at the time it was okay because it was a budget thing too. But the only other thing for that is having transferred the rest of the layouts onto 32 by 32s. Debatably, storing the layouts because of 32 by 32s has been a bit easier. Kind of thinking back to just some of the even with the goods yard when I cut down those base plates to 48 studs in length, it was much better to get in the box just in general. It was it was just better. So I think I might have to look into transferring the remaining segments I've got onto some 32 by 32s. It's something I probably should ultimately do in the future anyways. But at the same time, having like the corner modules, I think this is the best way to explain it. Using the corner modules, they're all identical with one of them being a slight exception, but at the same time I think that's okay for how it works too. Um, I would rather, if possible, try and keep all four corners permanently set up in those base plate designs, but just kind of like have them on layers, for example, in that one box. So I can get the box out that has all the corners in, just take off the lid, take off the first layer that has all the corners, that has that corner of track on it, just slide it onto the tables, and boom, there it is straight away. No need to have to get all the track pieces out and connect it all together, get all the right base plates, that sort of thing. It's tedious, and yeah, that's his own problem too. But oh, TFN1 message redacted. Was that a typo or did you change your mind? I just noticed chat. Jack, I see your questions there. I'll be back in just a second. But yeah, it's things like that, for example, where it could definitely prove useful for flatter pieces of track too, just to try and keep as much of it built up as possible when it's in storage. So yeah, I'm a bit too distracted by chat now. Okay, so let's so it was a typo. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Jack, let's see what you got. The Snapfire 8 that we just talked about, or the Hammer Shot, a 8-shot true semi-auto, high rate of fire with limited range, or a slow hammer action with better range and ammo storage. Which would you rather run in a battle? Well, I haven't run either of those blasters, but the Snapfire, if I type that, oh yes, I get the copy paste thing. Let's see, how do you prime the... It's a good thing I got the volume down. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick look at to see how you would actually prime the blaster for the Snapfire. No, from okay, I see. So how are we doing? Oh, let's just watch this video. just briefly. Was this spring action? Did you say this was spring action, or was this semi-automatic? Oh, this is one of those blasters where you pull the trigger, like similar to the what's the zombie strike blaster, but the massive trigger. Is it that sort of style? What's the priming handle? Are you sure this is a Springer? This is this is hurting my brain. Right, I'm just gonna leave it be. Right, just because of that, Hammer Storm. That Snapfire 8 looks too complicated to use. Double action Springer. Right, okay then. That's gonna be painful on the trigger finger. So I think by default then Hammer Storm. All reliable. Just go with that because why not? So TFN1 says, what do you think about Nerf and Minecraft's collaboration? I think it is very daft. I don't know why Minecraft would get a collaboration. I could definitely see Minecraft, what's the word, commissioning, I suppose, another toy manufacturer, or even their own version of a bow and arrow and crossbow toy of sorts. You could definitely do it with Nerf darts, sure, but let's have a look at the picture as well, because this was, I remember the leaks for it. Nerf Minecraft. Let's just start with that. Yeah, the hammer is like, why is there a Nerf Minecraft hammer? What is even that? The Pillager's crossbow, not a bad idea, but as a Nerf blaster, good lord above. I think this is crazy. Yeah, so the listing I'm looking at right now for Smith's Toys, it's £29. Why is it £29? What is that? Is that $35? Something like that, maybe? Oh, good lord! It's again, you're paying more so for the Minecraft, paying for the Minecraft logo. I will say though, this Ender Dragon micro shot, that looks gorgeous. I never found that on store shelves, but I would genuinely buy one of them because it's really cool. Gary's Bricks, hello, good to see you. Glad you made it to the stream. Come on in, you've still got plenty of time to join in the chat and the conversation we got going on here. But yes, the Micro Shots Ender Dragon version, that looks cool. The other, the gas, oh yeah, the gas one. I haven't seen that one in a while. Good lord, I might get one of those two for banter's sakes. The Guardian one looks very simple, but honestly, I really dig that. That's pretty cool too. But oh yeah, they made a magazine-fed bow. Is that out yet? I don't know if that's been officially released yet. I don't think I've seen proper reviews. I think that's still a leak. Depending on how well that goes, that honestly looks like the kind of Nerf style Minecraft themed blaster that should be made. Like bonus points for it being magazine fed too, because more than one shot is definitely going to be proving useful. The Pillager's crossbow thing is just over expensive, like simply put. You can see the design they're going for, but I don't think this needed to exist in the first place. Credit where it's due, the micro shots, again, pretty funky for what they are. That Stormlander hammer, again, pointless. If anything, the only proper blaster that should exist is that that big bow. What's the official name for it? Nerf reveals motorized. Oh yeah, it's motorized. There's something from Minecraft Dungeons too. All the same, I quite like that. That looks good. I see chat's moving up. Ice Rod, hello, good to see you. Glad you were able to make it as well. Hello, how are you? Jack says most Nerf Minecraft blasters ain't even that good. Yeah, no doubts from my end. The Pillager's hammer has a built-in triad. Basically, if I don't want to type up mods, yeah, I think any blaster that is single shot needs to have more than one loading port. So something like a triad, I think, like, three's being the magic number, I think is like a minimum now. So anything that's at least a triad is fine. The Jolt reskins with the micro shots, that's their own line, I suppose. But if you try to introduce a proper, like an actual jolt into the Nerf hobby today, no one would care. If it was a triad, something like that, again, that's fine. What's the Elite 2.0 version of the triad? Elite 2.0. it was one of the, I think it's called the Vault. Which one was it? It was the actual. It was one of the. It was one of the more preferred ones because. Oh yeah, this blaster appeared in the Hawkeye series for Disney Plus as well. Oh, that was a funny scene. I watched that last episode recently. Did you just say which one it was? The trio. That's it. Yeah. So something like the trio is, because it has 3 darts. That as a minimum has to be what it is going forward. The Fire Strike was a reskin for the Vault. Ah, yes. No way that flywheel bows are out yet. No reviews. Yeah, I thought so as well. I definitely remember seeing it in, I think if it was one of Worldcom's videos where he talks about a bunch of leaks. But yeah, I genuinely dig that Minecraft bow. I don't think I'll ever get one because I don't really care for it personally. But depending on reviews, maybe I'll lean towards it. I don't really know. But all the same, it genuinely looks pretty good. It really looks. Looks the parts. Union Pacific fan, hello, good to see you. Glad that you were able to make it. We got quite a few people coming in today. That's really good. Oh, okay, so scrolling too fast there. Oh, bit of a slight lighting difference. So that is me looking at the stream right now, scrolling down. That's basically the blank white section. That's funny. Ice Rod said earlier, just remade my Ginty. Oh, that's good. Any pictures by chance somewhere you got for the Discord server maybe or on Flickr? I'd love to see your Ginty. And some rolling stocks. You made 6 trucks for it. Ooh, definitely want to see some pictures then if you got that available. Gary's Bricks says, I'm currently designing a British Railways 8p Duke of Gloucester. Gloucester, sorry. Having a bit of a... I'm tired. I don't know if any of you can tell, but I'm very tired. Let's get on with the... Alright, new tab. Oh, well, that's more than I meant to paste. BR Class 8. Duke of Gloucester. Ah, yes, that one. Standard, that's it. I don't think I made this out of Lego. I think I made something similar, but I don't think this particular logo I made in Lego form. Oh, if you're making one, I'd love to see it. Surrounding the training wheels. You've run into a problem regarding the details surrounding the training wheels. Yes, it definitely looks like a particularly difficult area. Honestly, it genuinely doesn't matter if you just left that blank as like normal black bricks. Try and get as much of much of the detail in there as you can, but don't fret if you can't get all the piping details in that area, because obviously all those pipes and all those extra details, they're very thin, they're very fine. You can probably get something there using some rod pieces, but again, don't break the model in an attempt to try and get everything there, because it's, again, like I said, you can get some stuff there, but it's just impossible to get that in Lego form because Lego bricks are just too chunky. Union Pacific fan says, I'll watch this later because you're busy. Okay, no, well, glad you were able to tune in for as long as you did anyways. Ice Rod, you're going to make a video on your models. Excellent. Let me know when you make that video. I might miss it when you originally uploaded, just to be sure. Jack says, I saw a vault in person at Asda, and when I realized I had 3 fire strikes at home, 1 original and 2 XD orange, I ditched it. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, having 3 fire strikes, I need to... there's too many blasters. Let me, so Nerf, fire strike. That is what I'm thinking of, right? Yeah, that's that one, okay. Yeah, so, 3 of them. Why have you got 3 of those? I assume they were dirt cheap. Maybe they are dirt cheap. I think because of the size of that blaster. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if people were selling them off for next to nothing. Yeah. Your mum lets you have 3 fire strikes? Well, I suppose so. I mean, I could definitely buy 3 fire strikes myself if I wanted to, but it's not a blaster I care for buying. Saying that, blasters care for buying, that actually reminds me of, can I grab them? Are they there? Oh, not quite. I can see them, but I can't quite reach them. They're definitely out of the way. But yeah, I remember when I went shopping a number of months ago, I wanted to I don't know. I liked at the time the idea of finding these sort of off-brand, really rubbish, cheap, one-off like Poundland style blasters, and there's two of them down there. Again, I can see them, but I can't actually reach them, so I can't show you. But I love the idea of Wacom's Iceberg to basically have one of every foam dart blasting product, even the darts themselves. Again, like how he mentioned in a older video where he went to the Nerf curator's place to buy a bunch of blaster stuff, and he talked about in that video how Boomco is no longer a thing, and I think Wacom, he must have some Boomco darts and at least one Boomco blaster still mint in the box. I mean, he simply must. But even then, it's that whole idea of just having stuff for the sake of preserving it, similar to Railway style, but obviously with Nerf blasters, and I think that's amazing. So something is said with like a one-off. You know, you'd only find it in this one store in this one country. It's yeah, it's obviously its own silly thing, but I love the idea of not going for mainstream blasters because they're going to be more popular. Loads of people are going to buy them. The cheap stuff is something that I will probably try and keep an eye out for because that'll be its own funny thing to kind of play with. So yeah, there's that. You've got a budget of €5. Yeah, I think everyone pretty much does these days. Damn, you guys have a bit of money. Yeah, we really do. Funny you should say that. Not only were Fire Strikes on sale at the time, who is posting? Stop lagging my stream. Uh, anyway, Fire Strikes were on sale at the time at the Entertainer Plus the original at a charity shop for cheap. But it's your mum's favorite pistol. Fair enough then. I mean, if it's her favorite, then it's definitely worth getting. Oh, I know I just moaned about that notification, but given what it was, I can't ignore it. So apologies for this, but stand by. Ah. Right, there we go. So that was something just to keep you amused, I suppose. Hopefully that was readable. But yes, I do apologize for kind of just leaving you hanging like that. But the it wasn't urgent so much. Like it wasn't like a text to say, get your ass over here. It was something that's going on within the lug. So yeah, it had to be kind of seen to straight away. Oh, that reminds me. Tell you what, having done that, oh, I need to take this thing. Is that still charging? Oh, fair enough then. Never mind. I am most definitely surpassing my budget. Yes. I mean, well, you got a circuit cube. You bought a circuit cube. I still need to buy mine. Is it in stock? Let's have a look right now. Tech. Oh, good lord. Circuit cube. Are they in stock? No, they're still sold out. Okay. Okay. He did say he had some on the way. I suppose post has just taken a while. Sheesh. Yeah, so I still need to get a circuit cube to power something for narrow gauge. That's a thing I'm doing in the future. But that's very good to see that you got a circuit cube on the way because that looks to be a very fun thing to play with. Oh, you got yours from Amazon. The circuit cube. Oh, good lord! If that's what unless it's changed, like very recently. Circuit cube. Because last time I looked for a circuit cube on Amazon, it was triple digits for some stupid reason. Yeah, there's a larger kit there for 93.50. Oh lord, where's the base kit? We'll just go to the seller for circuit cubes. Yeah. Oh, that's still 100 quid. Oh no! Don't tell me you spent 100 quid on the circuit. $47. Ah, okay, okay. We can breathe. Everything's okay. That's good. That's not bad. Like, credit where it's due. That's not a bad price. I mean, fair enough. But why is it so expensive on Amazon? Christ. That's just great. Oh, I hate the thing. Wow. Speaking of something like a circuit cube, for example, and other brand special items for Lego trains, one of the things I can't show you because again it's something that I was shown today at Brick Express. So a fellow lugmate who wasn't able to make it to the show for the sake of displaying was still able to show up today, like briefly, just to see the displays, and then had to carry on with his day. But he came with. If I get the link to show you, can I do that? Actually, I don't think I can. Oh no, that is supposed to go there. Yeah. Okay, so I can't provide the link either, but actually, I think I can. Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah, why not? There we go. So there we are. There's the link. It is the Mold King Steam. It's called a fogger, and it's basically that small module that you kind of pipette a bit of water into, and it basically funnels out some steam. He made like a basic train with one of them, and having seen it on YouTube, that's one thing, but seeing something in person is so different. So I might honestly get one soon because it's a very cool item. The only problem is I need to make a train for it to go in. I'm not going to modify anything I've got to accommodate it. I would rather make something new. But what do I make? That's part of the question. I'm still getting comments on a not so regular basis, every now and then from people saying, "Hey Luke, why don't you try making this?" And some of them, the latest, I think I saw one earlier today as well. When was it? Let's borrow this tab. It was. Where was it to? Well, I suppose they just deleted their comment. But someone asked me somewhere about making the Caledonian 123, which is the single spinner basically, and that was on my to build list for a long while. But eventually, I kind of got a bit bored of it, and not so much of the engine itself, but I had so many ideas written down at the time. I looked at it, got a bit overwhelmed because I've already got so much Lego stuff as is. So whilst these were some good looking engines I wanted to make, I kind of also had a flashback. Obviously, for the past decade, I've been making loads and loads of Lego trains. So yeah, it's a bit difficult for me to want to convince myself to make one nowadays, given how many I've already built. So again, I still want to buy one in the future, but I'm still trying to narrow down which engine I actually want to put one in. Lego Railway Series says you need the Bluetooth upgrade kit for the small one. Yes, that is the simple. That's the starter circuit cube kit basically, and you have a fogger as well. Yeah, it does work really great. It's again, having seen how it works in person, it's a very convincing thing to want to get. Yeah, I've got the listing here, obviously, that I linked earlier in chat. I might get more than one. I don't know. Should I get more than one? Nah, if I'm gonna get one, I'll just get one. I'll close that tab for now. But yeah, it's a cool thing to get. I made an American Challenger. It was beautiful but too expensive. I assume you mean digitally, because if you already made it but it was too expensive, I'm not quite sure what you mean. That you might have to reword that. Jack also says, my favorite Nerf pistol was the strong arm, then surpassed by the hammer shots after reliability issues kicked in. Personal favorite pistol now is the Elite Disruptor. Fair enough, but something like the Disruptor, I don't like the fact that I could never go back to using a pistol that uses a top priming handle anymore. I'd rather, if I was gonna, oh, I got it right here, for example. Oh, if I'm gonna use a blaster that's a secondary at least, or something that's like a revolver, I'd just rather try and do something that's one-handed. So either the prime action here, or like the Ultra 2 I have there, have something that's semi-automatic. It's again, a bit of a picky thing. I think it's more a personal preference. The Disruptor is still a damn good blaster, obviously, but again, I'd rather something like this. And that reminds me, I still need to get that holster made for these sidearms. Lego Robo series. Anyway, on my end, the Bluetooth seems to be in stock. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, again, I'm getting mine from Tech Brick. Well, that would be the best place for me to get it. Other countries will have different vendors available for it, so yeah, fair enough. So I was thinking of getting one of those for the LBSCR L class when I get around to it. Yeah, that can definitely work. The L class is a thick tank engine. It's an express tank engine. That's why I originally had it on my to build list, and I reckon that could work. Given your build techniques as well, you could probably fit one in. You could definitely get the. It would have to be. Oh shit! Could you? You might honestly. I was gonna say build the L class to be 8 studs wide. I don't know how comfortable you'd be with that because it's a tank engine that's 8 wide. But I think that'd be alright. But definitely at least 7, and you could definitely fit the power, the battery box, I should say, in like the middle tank bit because obviously that's going to be the biggest open space. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a theory crafting session. The LBSCR L class, which is what's that? Yeah, okay. So what I'm thinking of is most likely going to work. Voice breaking. I've done a lot of talking this weekend. So yeah, so looking at where the kind of firebox bit is positioned, the kind of first half of the, or even just the main boiler bit there before it gets to the smoke box. That sort of firebox boiler area is where you could definitely hide the battery box because, of course, you need to connect the smoke generator to a battery box and power it to begin with. But this design in particular definitely looks like you could use normal slope bricks surrounding that smoke generator as well. Oh, pardon me. And that funnel looks to be like a fuse, looks like it will be a few studs back from the front of the smoke box door anyways. So there'd be room for the pipette insertion piece as well. So yeah, that's actually that's very viable. You can definitely do that. Yeah. I want to see you do that now. You've said it, no take backsies. Oh, got an itchy. Sorry, I'm gonna have a quick look at these oh, what liveries did the L class come in? It's an LBSCR engine, so similar to the Terriers, I suppose. God, that does look handsome. I am slowly wanting to make one of these myself. It's oh yeah, who was it that said I think it was in the Discord or a Discord server that I'm in, where somebody said that the L class here has the same size drive wheels as the Coronation, which is a bit mad, but it checks out. It definitely checks out. God damn, it's a good looking tank. Yeah, I think if you're gonna make this, it will probably have to be, if you're gonna do 7 wide, you'd have to use plates to make the sort of it's not a valance, but where the tanks kind of go over the wheels slightly. You can't do that with normal bricks. You definitely have to build sideways and use some tiles. Otherwise, if you want to use bricks, you would have to um, go 8 wide. It's a nice. I'm looking at this one picture. It's a nice looking engine. Let's move on before we get before we move on. Oh, no take backsies. Bet. All right, done deal. There we go. That's your next project because I said so. You're going 8 wide. Oh, good man. A lot of my stuff is still 7 wide, but yeah, 8 wide is very good stuff. So quick thing about the fogger, round bricks on top with the axle hole through, it clogs up super easily. Yeah, that would make it. Yeah, that actual funnel piece. Yeah, it's there was definitely there was one moment where today again with the lug member who came down with his model train using a fogger. It's well, it wasn't exactly the fogger's fault because he initially put water into the main funnel itself, not the small cylinder in front where you're supposed to insert water. So we had to clean it out as much as we could, pipette the water into the right place, and then steam began to be generated. So Yeah, I can see what you mean by being clogged up. You just need to be careful where the water is going, I suppose. It's 8Y for sure, yes. I'll make foggers with old broken battery boxes. That's a good line, Ice Rod. I'll give you that one. 8 wide for the big boys, 7 wide for the tank engine, but this is both. Yeah, Seth's got a point. You know, it's a tank engine, but it's a big tank engine. The instructions of them to say we put it in the wrong place. Yeah, I think with the fogger again, it's something that you have to connect to a battery box. So digital instructions or even any kind of instructions, because knowing how the paper ones work, obviously trying to display how you would have that cable being connected to the actual attachment point to the battery as well, of course, it can be a very finicky thing to kind of draw out, so to say. That's an issue initially. Yeah, I think with that issue though of putting in the water in the wrong place in order to generate the steam in the first place, I think that's something that you learn very quickly. And if you've seen a video of it on YouTube, you should like immediately know and remember that water goes in the front small cylinder piece. Mm. The instructions you have were wrong. Okay. God, I am a very thirsty boy. I have been doing a lot of talking this weekend. A lot of people have come through to the show, and yeah, so much chatter, so much of the repeated stuff as well, which is quite amusing given how I talk in general. But yeah, it's been a very exhausting weekend. Oh, some good stuff. I can. Oh, tell you what, I need to quickly prepare. How is that still charging? Okay, fair enough. Let's bring these over here. Oh yeah, that was the thing as well. So what I'm. Ooh, okay, careful. So what I'm doing at the moment is all of the battery boxes that I have for my coronation coaches. Of course, they are power functions ones, and they take AAA batteries. So I've got all of them in here. They ran out of charge at the end of the Saturday, or at the end of yesterday, I should say. And I had some backups with me for today, and it was very nice to, when the show started in the morning. Obviously, fresh batteries, so we can get running really fast again. So that was really cool. Got to the I'd say about 3 o'clock, or about 3:30 maybe. That's where it noticeably started to kind of become known that the battery is becoming worn down. Just seeing the train that you want to get it to a higher speed, but you got to turn the dial on the controller just an extra notch or two. You're trying to get it to go a little bit faster, but it's kind of struggling to do that. For the last half an hour, I thought, okay, it's very obviously dying out, but let's just go all in. And yeah, as if it couldn't be more obvious that I've need to kind of rest my vocal cords. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the batteries. So yeah, the last half an hour of the show today, from like half four until we start packing up, um, the batteries were very low. So I thought, you know what, let's just get one final run with the coronation and its matching coaches. Just have it go around for as much as it can before it officially dies. And again, there we are. The batteries died at the end of today, and it was quite an interesting end because that was basically the last train of the day. So it was really cool. We have 5 minutes left of the stream. Are there any questions you want to ask in chats before we wrap up, or should we pack up a little bit early? Starting early is one thing, but finishing early is something that I'm not really too keen on. But I could definitely do with the rest. So unless there is anything else you wish. Oh yeah, there is another thing to Aha, and that's just finished charging. Lovely. I can take that one out. There. Let me grab this thing. I'll tell you what, let's grab these two. No, never mind. So, losing balance. Sorry, I'm just the stream I'm watching just to make sure everything's okay, as well as having the chat open. It's It's only a few seconds behind, so I just caught myself losing balance for a second. What do you recommend for side rods? Honestly, I would start off with the Technic brick design that I've done for the longest time. I wouldn't recommend going with thin side rods unless you're 100% confident and ready to want to use them. It took me all of this time to go for 3D printed rods, but for now, it would be much safer and much cheaper too to go with brick built rods. That's just me personally. Uh, Side rods, your obsession? Yeah, I was. How are you making your rods? Because I've seen your Gordon model. I need to find your video somewhere on Discord of your physically brick built Gordon model, because the rods you've done is I think it's just a little bit different to the conventional thin rods. Jack Taylor says, one last question, Luke. Could it get any blaster to replace your beloved regulator, or at least compete with it and be on par? What would it be? Honestly, I think I'll probably go with a Dart Zone Mark III. I'd still favor the flywheels, and I would definitely need to get some more focus on using half darts. So the Pro Mark III is the best of both worlds in that sense. I still haven't bought one. I was very tempted to get one not too long ago, but for now, I might just hold it off. I saw Wacom's video of Domachevsky's new flywheel blaster that ejects shells, so I am very tempted to kind of wait for that and see if I can try and get one of them. If anything, that shell ejecting full auto blaster is what's going to be the one to dethrone my beloved regulator. Seth says, so for the TLR challenge, community challenge for next month is still on. Yes, it will be. Will the showcase video be delayed due to the end of Tlr Awards? Uh, that's an interesting question, and one I actually have thought about. So, well, the first of each month is the day I upload the community challenge showcase video. So, again, in a few days on the 1st of June, that will be the day where I showcase all the models for the May themed builds. So it's kind of it's a bit of a weird thing where obviously a video that's being uploaded in the 1st of June is featuring everything that happened in May. So it's a bit complicated, but if you wrap your head around it, it does make sense ultimately. Um, so again, on the 1st of July, when the TLR Awards come to an end, that day is still the last day to get models entered. So I will be uploading the TLR community challenge video for that month on the 1st of July. And then I think just later on or other times of the day, I will be making the notices for the competition kind of separate. So yeah, I can understand the confusion, but I do have an idea of how I'm going to do it. So neither the community challenge or the awards will be delayed or put off in any way because they have a little bit of conflict with each other. I do see what you mean, but it all will carry on. No longer need to look for the video, just post a fresh one on Untitled on Discord. Excellent. Okay. Side rods are expensive. Yes. Thin printed rods are quite expensive. Doesn't really matter where you get them from. They just are. They are expensive models. Parts, I should say. But with Bricklink orders I've made, you can get some. Okay. You can just with any other normal Bricklink order, the Technic bricks you need to make the side rods. Whoa, they're pennies. They are literal pennies. You can make all the side rods. It'll be obviously a bit thick, but you can get what you need for just a quid or two, and that is a much better solution than sourcing out a lot of money for thin printed rods. Which is also part of why I did thick rods for a while, because again, it was just way cheaper. Okay, so just before we go, and thank you to everybody who has taken part in the conversation in the chat, I want to show you all a new model, and this is a model that kind of happened out of nowhere. It did have a reason why it was built, so oh, what's this? It is a Sodor Express coach, yeah. So This I sadly didn't get finished in time for the Brick Express show that was taking place this weekend. The Bricklink order that I placed, I was hoping to arrive on Friday, maybe even Saturday, i.e. yesterday, so I can get it built in time to showcase today. But sadly, it didn't. It just never happened. But the reason why I made this is because I was having a play around. I don't remember what actually kicked it off, but one thing led to another, and I wanted to see if I could do something with the tan train windows. So this basically just happened. I do have some more of the big windows, but these small windows, this is literally all of the thin windows I have. I bought 3 Emerald Knight sets, so you get 4 of these small ones and 10 of the big ones. So I've got some more of these big ones left over, so I could make another coach, or maybe even yeah, probably can make at least 2 more coaches. But I'd need to get a lot of thin windows, and the way that this has been designed, especially on the roof, using these 1x3 slopes, it's not really something I want to make more than one of. So this is just going to be a one-off passenger coach, which is something I don't really do. All the other passenger coaches I have are a part of a consist. Ooh, we're going to show that was fine. Carry on. Yeah, everyone seems to be a bit fond of the red and tan ones. Yeah, they're pretty cool too. Those windows are expensive, but yeah, exactly. These are some expensive windows. So but the big tan train windows I've got now, I need to either keep safe or put to good use. So that's what I'm doing with this model here. Obviously, I still need to get the wheels done for it. But yeah, this is the body. This was the order actually arrived today. So when I came home from the Lego show, I was able to kind of put the body together and kind of finish it off, which is quite. It looks very thick and chunky, but at the same time, I quite appreciate that. And again, like I said a moment ago, this is the only Sodor Express coach I'm going to have in Lego form. I've got a Coronation Express, but again, that's a full consist. The Metro Liner coaches, again, a full proper consist. And I also have my Horizon Express coaches, which I still have all built up. I might do something with them one day because they're still the normal city size coach. You know, those sort of 28 stud long base pieces, they're all still on them basically. And I want to be able to extend them to be, well, put the two together basically, if anything, just to make them longer, maybe a bit wider, and make a 5th Coronation Express engine in Horizon Express livery. Maybe that can happen. I don't know. Probably not. I'm not that mad, but at the same time, I am quite mad. So yeah, that is. You're gonna have to post some better pictures of that on your Discord or somewhere. Yes, I will get some pictures once the build is finished. Once the coach is finished, I should say, I will get some nicer looking pictures of that, and I will also be making a mock showcase video of that coach as well, because you know, of course, I have to. Blue bricks. I wonder. Just before we sign off, I got a bunch of red window pieces from Blue Bricks. Do they do tan? It doesn't matter to me because they don't ship to the UK, and I still hate them for it. I agree, that's fine. Show all. They got. They have a dark green frame, like window frame, and a dark blue window frame. Oh my god, that's amazing. So okay, those exist. That's really cool. What about tan? Yeah, they got small windows in tan and big frame windows in tan as well. Yeah, okay. Hmm. I still don't think I'd make more than what I've got there. I think the one-off coach is fine as is because I do know a way of how I can get these window pieces, but the only problem is it's a lengthy process, it's expensive, and it's just not worth it to me personally. So yeah, okay, fair enough. Blue bricks do have tan train windows, and they are a perfect match to Lego colors, so I can definitely recommend them. Ice Rod, you're based in Germany. Ah, good man. So you can get these directly shipped to you. Ah, that's excellent. Okay then. I really do hope one day that Blue Bricks ship to the UK again. I really do hope so because they still have so many items I would just love to buy. They are, I mean, like, again, all these individual pieces, they are the best. Oh, okay then. Oh, it is a very good day today. It has been a very fun weekend, and this stream should now come to an end. It making Gordon's special coach he pulled in the new station seems about. Oh yeah, special coach. What, like the blue ones or the Gordon special? Those are the blue ones, aren't they? At least in the TV series. I don't think you got anything else. But yeah, the dark. Oh, the dark. Yeah. The dark red one. Basically, Spencer's coaches. That's how I kind of recognize it. Yes, so it's time for me to now end this stream. I am slowly but surely feeling all that tiredness kind of catching up to my brain now. Yes, sadly it's going to be ending, of course, because, well, we're 7 minutes overdue, but at the same time, this was a very good stream, plenty of things to talk about, a lot's got covered. It was a nice recap for the Brick Express Lego show that took place this weekend as well. I am going to have a good actually, I probably shouldn't torture myself with all of the Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Ice Rod. I know it is. I know it's a shame that it's ended, but you know, you got to move on. Okay. So I'm gonna have a think about some of the layout stuff. I'm gonna have to get a few things cleaned up because I've still got parts from that Bricklin corner on the floor there. I might pinch some parts from another thing that I have going on. I'm gonna have to think on that later on. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and on Flickr if you want to see some more cool Lego Train behind the scenes stuff. I will be posting some clips from Brick Express this weekend onto Instagram and Flickr. Make sure that you are taking part in the Triton Lego Rary Community Challenge. It has officially ended for now. It's the 29th, so in a few days the showcase video will go out, and then the new theme will be introduced, and we can go all over again, which will be very fun stuff. The Triton Lego Rary Awards will be taking place officially beginning next Friday. So if you have models that you want to enter for the competition, then make sure you click on the video showcasing all the details. Make sure you follow all the rules and double check everything is safe and secure on your end. And that is pretty much it. Thank you all ever so much for tuning in for this stream. It's time for me to do my favorite outro. Oh, I could definitely do with a lie down, to be honest. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Take care.